Well, sorry about that. I was intending to cut my stream down, but my phone got a little hot. Plus, although I was using my power pack, it was draining my battery, my phone battery, more than, I was taking juice from the power pack, so I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, so I came out here to change the battery. The board voted to go into closed session, which means we had to clear the room while they discussed the litigation option and how they're going to go about it. And then they will call us back in when they have made their decision. And so I just decided, well, we're out here hanging out in the lobby waiting for the board to do their closed session business. I decided to go ahead and turn my stream. Yeah, some of us are. Yeah. I'm not actually a member of CCI. I do stuff. I live stream, but I'm totally independent. Yeah. There's some people hanging out by the front door. So I'll just capture some conversations. So I apologize for my abrupt cut there. My phone was getting hot and my battery was getting low. Like I said, I was not pulling enough juice from my power pack. In fact, I think the power pack might have been pulling juice from my phone because it was going down instead of going up. Either that or it's this cable that I'm using. But so I'm back up now, just capturing conversations while we wait for the Waterworks board to open up again.
If that's
well, there's a waterfront right there.
Oh, okay. You're still recording that, Caitlin?
Oh yeah, I just had to change my battery. Even though I was using my power pack, I think my power pack was drawn from my phone instead of going the other way around. But my phone got hot anyway, so the stream just cut down. I just changed my battery, so I got fresh juice.
Anything else you wanted?
No, I was just gonna. How long do you think this would take?
Oh, you thought you might stick around for a lot of good information?
I think so. I told John he had to go get kids.
I was too.
Yeah, I thought they would try to stack it.
I have my process is considering my suspicion. Well, there's that too.
They could have submitted written stuff to the board, you know.
This isn't their turf to play in.
Putting more money into transit, alternate transportation.
His comparisons. Well, I'm not an attorney, so I don't know. But what he was mentioning didn't seem to have any. Like, I think he was speaking to induce fear, but I don't think it's. There wasn't a direct equation like the Des Moines. I forget what it was.
I remember there's a smoking ban.
I remember what not the smoking ban, but the Des Moines. Adam would know, but anyway, it's not the same thing.
There could be an amendment.
It's a totally different issue.
This doesn't make sense. Like, this is private concern. Therefore, their role in suing isn't the same. Because all of these examples are government. So, to try to force need changes, this isn't about that. This is a private utility suing to protect its own interests.
No, it's the city. It's not, a lot of other places their water is privatized, and that's causing problems. And we don't have those particular problems here, and I hope it never goes that way here. look what happened to Detroit. Not only were people cut off who were behind on the bills, people were cut off who were not behind on the bills because they were shutting off whole blocks. And I saw something on Facebook this morning about how there were Muslim groups in and around Detroit and elsewhere who are donating money to a fund to help those people who are about to get their water cut off or who have had their water cut off to get it turned back on. And, I'm thinking it's going to take more than that particular group to do that. But, the people of Detroit are getting done dirty, and I just hope that doesn't happen here. I'm hoping that the suit goes forward. And I'd love to see DNR as a defendant in the suit. That would be kicking. That would be freaking awesome. I'm doing this for my great niece, and I'm going to have I'm going to be a great aunt again in the spring when my niece's cousin has a baby. So this is why I'm in on this, because it's their future that we're talking about.
Which means when we're spreading it out.
Just capturing a few more conversations while we wait for the board to come out of closed session, where they will announce the decision that they've made. Yep, you're right. Clean water is essential. It's a human right. And if it takes a lawsuit to get upstream polluters to clean up their act, then that's what you got to do.
The society what this is all.
Not at all. It's completely. It's not. I don't think it's even apples and oranges. It's like apples and rice.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like.
I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah.
But it didn't seem like it matched up.
No, it was what the excise tax is all about. It's like. So Des Moines has infrastructure, right? The city of Des Moines, and all of our private utilities, cable, phone, use them. And I'm trying to think of how. At one point, I understood. Now I like this.
I don't understand. But this is that was some private utility with the board of directors. But it's
quasi-public.
It's state responsibility. It's not government, is what I'm getting at. It's not the city of Des Moines.
But it's not complete. It's not privatized like in other cities where that's been done.
Right.
To the detriment of their customers.
Right. But somewhere in between.
My point being, it's not a government agency. It's got a responsibility to its customer base, and that's what they're saying. Is we have a responsibility to do this because our customers
are being hurt.
Yeah.
Protected from what's happening here.
Exactly. Whereas the CenturyLink or any of those other are purely private enterprise.
Yeah.
Who their responsibility is to the shareholders, and it's to make money.
Sounds like we've got some pretty smart people working on this, thinking things through.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you notice the one cameraman left. One of the two, the big cameras.
There's still plenty of media here.
Yeah, because where I was standing, there were two guys sitting on the floor with their laptops going, and one was doing something on his phone and his laptop at the same time.
Sure.
So I'm pretty sure those are bloggers or reporters.
Big story.
Yep, and it's getting bigger because I'm streaming.
regulations. That was kind of interesting.
New priorities that we're going to attack, and it's all from the Farm Bureau. You know? That kind of got me fired up when I took that out of the paper a couple weeks ago. I thought, oh, for pity's sake. What?
I clip out so many things.
Oh.
Hey, did you ever find, did anybody ever figure the setbacks in the actual regulations? How much they should be away from it?
No.
Okay, because I did find that, and I wasn't even thinking, I found it a while back.
Okay. Do you have my email? You may not have my email.
Are you going to be there on the 27th?
Yes. But is that going to be, oh, okay. I was going to say, is that going to be a real...
There's maybe 5 days.
Okay.
I'll
Okay,
get my
great.
big copies.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you very much. And I'm also looking up a bunch of information about coal-fired power plants in Iowa. And I Googled it, and I got everywhere that they're at. But I don't remember whether it's 17 or 27. I think it's probably more like 27. But there's one in Ames.
Yeah.
And the coal ash. Are they? Oh, good. Well.
Speaking of coal ash, did you see that thing what happened to Chicago last summer with the coal ash coming from the piles and just covering a whole section of the city?
Well, it causes terrible cancers.
Yeah.
The ash, but then the ash also leaks into water.
Yeah.
The ponds or the ash pits, the waste from.
But up there, it was just piled on the ground.
The water and poisons the water. Everything does. But I thought
up there, the wind took it and blew it into the city.
Right, and see, that's another thing is if it's in the middle of your city and the wind blows up, bam.
Yeah, then you're screwed because you breathe that crap in.
Right.
You're going to have problems for who knows how long.
Right, it damages.
Yeah, and it, not just people, but the pets who'd be outside. The wildlife that's in the city.
Everything.
The squirrels and the birds that live in the trees.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Plus, it's a big mess to clean up.
Well, and they're not cleaning them up.
No.
They're just letting them sit there. So.
Yeah, and the people who are directly affected by it, they don't get squat. They're just getting screwed over.
Well, as is the case.
Yep.
And you don't know where a restroom is?
Yeah, it's actually over there. Yeah, you see the...
Okay, I see Mindy.
Yeah.
Alrighty, I'm going to put my coat down.
But it's I've been here almost 20 years, and it seems like there's a very conservative mindset that is sort of anti-regulation. Although, interestingly, anything that can be regulated that helps them out, they're all for. We're all like that, I guess. But
Yeah.
At the point where you fight it to the point where all of a sudden it's forced to overcome it, there's never, in other words, what you don't want, because I'm in business too, is you don't want this thing to go from no regulations to excessive.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to get it, and if you fight it to the point where suddenly it's forced down, then it automatically goes to you. You don't have the option to do something reasonable.
well, this is.
It wouldn't take much to get it
It's
reasonable.
the thing about the DNR too, about enforcing regulations and giving significant fines that can't be easily factored into the cost of doing business, right? If they would issue a permit, and there are lots of cases where it would be absolutely, well, there you go. If they would just start issuing a few, things might people might
Yeah, it might snowball, and others might realize, we got to change our ways.
Well, we do. Yeah.
I mean, I have permits on every exhaust fan.
Did you make that picture?
Not the picture, but the glasses.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I love that picture. Well, it looks nice too with that picture.
We actually just came over.
Do you have a car?
I didn't see the article.
What are you doing at CCI? I'm not. Well, you should be. I know. I have all these. Because you've got all this information. That's what's really. That's what ignorance is. Let me tell you. We need to. Everything was hunky-dory when I could just go hike on the trail or take the card service on their Jupiter. I know.
Isn't that simple? Isn't that very simple? Your life gets a little bit more frustrating. And you might drink a little more.
Wine has become more of a presence in my life.
Yeah, right.
What are you doing?
Well, I've retired for the second time in teaching. I'm not at DMAC anymore, and I'm basically CCI working. I'm on the board and working. That's
Concerned citizens.
No, Iowa Citizens for Community Improvement.
Yeah, that's all
You have
right.
a card?
Just give me your number and I'll give you a buzz.
Here, I'll give you a. Give me your card. I'll give you a whole. And I call card with my updated stuff. Okay. So some of them. Well, I wrote my new stuff.
Okay. This is your phone number and I'm going to call you. We'll have lunch, whatever, and then yes, you have to remember. I know her.
I'm not a paid member. I support, and of course I do live streaming. So
Yeah.
I had to come and live stream this.
Oh, good.
And unlike the other media, my video stays unedited. It goes straight up to the internet. I'm not saving it for a later upload. It's broadcasting right now.
Oh, okay. That sounds good.
Yeah. So a few minutes ago, I had changed my battery because
It ran out.
yeah, and my phone was overheating. And for some reason, my phone is losing. My power pack is actually drawn from my phone instead of going the other way around. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, well, we've got lots of bodies in there, so we're generating lots of body heat.
He's a DNR. Yeah, he's definitely he's in our meeting.
Well, it is, and it's not like people who own factories are any more open-minded. Maybe I would not, would I voluntarily do a lot of that stuff? Well, probably not. Would I operate my place as responsible? I mean, it's not like, profits in 10 years don't matter. And I get all that. I totally get all that. It's just about leveling the playing field.
Let's see. While we wait for the board to resume open session, is there any questions that you would like to ask? And if you're watching from a Restream channel like a Global Occupy News Network or any other Restream channel, the mod who is watching the Ustream, pick up any questions from the live stream channel chats and pass it into my chat here. So if you have any questions, I'll try to answer them. I might not know everything, but if you have any questions, go ahead and put it in the chat, or I'm not sure if it's the chat or the social stream that I'm seeing. I don't know which one it is because I can't see both at the same time. So just put any questions in, and if I can answer them, I'll try to. Meanwhile, just continue to capture conversations.
Do our statewide convention. We have, a morning of talking policy, and then our farmers people who are actively engaged in agricultural endeavor. They are the only ones in our organization that can actually vote on what becomes our 4 policy priorities. So this year, those are putting some teeth into the nutrient reduction strategy, getting legislative teeth, getting some legislation to provide testing and actual compensation for people negatively affected by pesticide drift, and that's a huge one. Leveling the tax field, the playing field for taxes for family farmers, because we're all surrounded by CAFOs now. They pay, on average, 30% less in taxes than
Pesticide drift could refer to when pesticides are still floating in the air after they've come out of either the planes that crop dusters fly over fields or from tractor-mounted sprayers that are driven on the field, and then the chemicals are sprayed out, and the wind could catch it and blow it off, where not all of it would actually land on the field that it's intended to get the required amount of the chemical. So if pesticides or herbicides or other chemicals drift off the field and onto a neighbor's property or into a home, for instance, someone's yard or through an open window, that can be a big problem too. No, they know I'm streaming. They know I'm streaming. They could see me when I would turn my phone around in the room. They're just not really paying attention to that. They're just talking.
Well, the biggest section.
But I do move away if someone might be giving some sensitive information like an email or phone number. I will not stream that. I will walk away and go somewhere else like I'm doing now. Like a couple minutes ago, when someone was going to give someone else her email or phone number, I chose to walk away and not capture that because, I don't have a need to know that. It's just between those two, and I wanted to leave it at that. I'm looking out the window. It's starting to get dark outside. It's about 5:30 Central Time. I'm just hitting this fountain over here. I didn't bring anything to drink because I wasn't sure what their policy would have been. But the water works. You'd think they would have a fountain in here. For those who may not be familiar with the Iowa or Des Moines history, especially of the waterworks, the name L.D. McMullen, he was the head of the Des Moines Waterworks at the time of the 1993 flood and for a few years after that. and then he retired, and Bill Stowe took his place. And L.D. McMullen was called the flood stud because of how he handled it. You know, the treatment plant being swamped. At that time, we had no flood walls around the treatment plant, and so that's what allowed it to get flooded and ruined a lot of the machinery, and they had to replace all that, or at least disassemble it and clean everything up, replace parts, and put it all back together again. And for several weeks after they got it running, we still could not drink the water. We could wash, we could bathe, but not drink it. But yeah, that was a difficult thing, and I think he handled it well. So that's who L.D. McMullen was. So just thought I'd explain that for those who may not know who he was, especially my international viewers. So just giving you a little historical reference. People out here who support the lawsuit against those 3 counties, and those who are opposed it are still hanging out here. Just chatting, and some are doing things on their phone, texting or tweeting or whatever, or just looking up stuff, just killing time while we wait for the board to come out of closed session. Most of the people who are here do live in and around Des Moines, and others have come from outside of Polk County or Dallas County. And but have been following this nitrate problem. Some of the Iowa Citizens for Community Improvement members live outside of Polk and Dallas counties, but they still come to these events because they follow these things and they do research, and they try to work on action plans to try to get change where there needs to be. And there does need to be change here because we have over 630 impaired waterways, and when the new report comes out later this year, it could be 700 impaired waterways. Who knows? Yeah. Like Bill Stowe said, the nitrate removal system has been running for over a month, a few days over a month, like 34 days or 35 days or something like that. And it's outdated, and but if the polluters upstream would do what they're supposed to do to keep that crap under control, we wouldn't have to have that nitrate removal system running like it is now. And winter is usually not a time for high nitrate levels, like I said, but we have that, and it's unacceptable.
We both live out in the country, but she said she couldn't even see the exit to get off of the bypass. Oh, you live in Hartford? I'm going to take Fleur to Army Place. She said I may be able to see better on Army Place because they've got lights. The bypass has, she said she couldn't see the exit. And the wind is blowing so hard and blowing the snow.
Yeah, that was predicted for later today and
she
tonight.
Said, well, you better get home because it's going to get darker and you won't be able to see a thing. So, because she was out in the light. So I'm leaving. My husband also said, I think I probably should come home. And I said, no, I want to stay. Well, I talked to her and she said,
since I have it on stream,
friends, you know?
Since I have it on
different husbands, right?
Yeah. Since I have it on stream, you
God
know.
bless you and be safe home.
Yeah. Since I have it on stream, you know, if you want my stream
Yeah, I
URL,
am. Oh well, thank you.
if you want my stream URL, you can. I can give it to you.
Well, I will contact. I got to get out of here.
Okay.
Because I've been told I got to go out
Well-
in the country, and I've been told the interstate's bad. I just had a friend say she didn't see the bypass exit to go into Carlisle. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't. Unless I stay here overnight.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they'd let you spend a night here.
Wherever Jess is going. Be careful. Be safe. God bless. Thank you. Bye-bye.
What time? I didn't even look to see what time they went into closed session.
A little after 5, wasn't it?
Yeah, because it's it's after 5:30 now.
Yeah.
So they should be coming out of here pretty quick.
Yeah, they.
He was texting me, "What's happening? How many peeps are there?
Are you guys ready?
How come you didn't fire?
I think he had something else planned and wasn't enough time to like rearrange schedule or anything.
hyper. Doesn't he make you guys crazy?
Yeah, 3 sentences in one text, or 3 questions in one text.
It's bouncing off the walls whenever I've been around. It's like, oh my God, go sit down somewhere. I like him. He's a great guy. But it's,
How many DC senators would you say were there? Probably 30, about 35?
yeah, there's people showed up, and I wasn't sure who all of those were. The lady, the farm lady with the longer hair. Who was she? Was she one of our members?
But we got a business card though.
She was amazing.
Yeah, the one who talked about the nitrates that she was transmitting to her kids. That one? Or she?
No.
Oh, okay.
The one who was a farmer.
She was compliant, and she talked about what 2%. She was of the 2%.
Oh, yeah.
Compliant in the county.
Yeah, there's so few
She had
that are,
really
doing what she's doing.
information for not being involved in some. She's probably a watershed.
Well, and I think women landowners are just
More responsible.
Yeah.
Especially when they have kids and grandkids.
Yeah. Okay, so what else do I tell you? There's 75 peeps here, most on our side, probably 35 CCI members. They're in closed session now. Fantastic. Great. Testimonies. There was. In the air.
Well, and then there's that attorney did bring up a good question. Who's going to pay for the lawsuit? What's it going to cost the taxpayers?
Yeah, like if I have to pay for a lawsuit to lessen my costs over the long term and my health checks,
Yeah.
I'm all right with it.
It's something that has to be done. We're at a point where something has to be done. It's our
If
time.
they win, then you make the farmers whole polluting pay.
Make the polluters
That
pay.
in the lawsuit, you could, if you win, you can. Other party has to pay for your legal costs.
I don't, I do feel sorry for the good farmers that are trying to do their job. So how do you assess who's going to pay for what? I would say it's corporate agriculture.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, it's good. So the way the right breaks us up is by breaking us up to white versus white, versus brown, poor versus rich. Da-da-da. So we're breaking up into we're splitting their tightness. We're using their tactics.
Well, and a lot of those farmers don't like the corporate agriculture. But they're trying to survive, so they're having to do some of the hoglabs or cows. I talked to some of these guys too. It's like, you gotta survive.
Yeah, it's going to take a massive shift in how we do agriculture to let little guys make it.
Well, more people in the cities have to wake up to what's going on too, because they're the final user, they're the end user.
Yeah, but a lot of people are just so apathetic. They don't
Yeah.
even vote, for God's sake. Look at how we got out and went door to door trying to get people to vote. How many people voted?
Yeah.
Pretty pathetic.
I mean, someone has to do it because there are a lot of us who can't. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, you got to get people to care and to be
Yeah.
concerned. Maybe some of these statistics need to be released to the paper what this water is doing to the kids.
Well, I think this stuff that we've been trying to get in the paper for a long time, but they never pick up on it, was heard loud and clear today. Because we've always, the Blue Babies commitment stuff, just all the talking points are now all of a sudden 100% legitimate.
What other countries are permitting? We're permitting a lot more.
Yeah.
This is the United States for us.
Yeah.
Because people are making money, we should allow anything to go on. Thank God for the media releasing some of this information to people that will listen or will, read it.
Yeah. Yeah, the independent media is doing more. They're digging. They're doing the digging where the mainstream media won't do squat.
Yeah.
They spit the corporate line, and that's it. And they expect people to buy it, but got to get more people to stop buying that crap and look for the real truth.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. How long does it have do you guys have to take to say something you already decided before today?
They've got a really responsible thing that
I bet you they're going to take time because Bill Stowe sent me an email yesterday. It's already pretty much so I bet you they just, here it goes. Here it goes.
Oop, let's go. Back open. Yeah, we can go back in. We are going back in.
Text me the results. Same speed. Feedback.
A few people had to leave, so there might be a few more seats available. I think I'm actually going to go over here. I'm actually we are back in the meeting room.
All right, we will come back into open session having finished our closed session. Again, this is the January 8th, 2015 meeting of the Board of Waterworks Trustees. Having concluded our closed session, I'm looking for a motion, and the motion would read, a motion to direct the CEO and General Manager to issue a notice of intent to sue under the Clean Water Act and Iowa law to the Board of Supervisors in Sac, Calhoun, and Buena Vista counties and other interested parties required under law. Is there a motion to that effect? Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion among the board on this item?
No.
Again, as I said before we went into our session, this is something that this board has considered for some time. We do not take it lightly. I can tell you that we've had spirited, in-depth discussions, and we I look forward to having this vote. Again, and I appreciate everyone who has attended the meeting today and has provided this information. With that, we're going to take a kind of a formal tack here, and we're going to have a roll call vote.
David Carlson.
Aye.
Leslie Gearhart. Aye. Graham Gillette.
Aye.
Susan Huppert.
Aye.
Mark Wallace.
Aye.
And with that, that concludes today's meeting.
Thank you.
The motion has passed.
Thank you.
I'm going to sneak by you again. Got my spikes hanging in that bag because I didn't want to risk falling on my dupa walking to bus stops.
proceeding with a lawsuit.
I'm just going to give a look of this for my viewers, that this is one of the documents that was passed by one of the farm groups, representative of farm groups, the soybean growers.
I guess one of my questions is why
Calhoun.
Counties for not controlling the pollution anymore.
And they said other interested parties, but we don't know who those are yet. So
And then
it could be DNR. Who knows? They could add another county. I would love it if the DNR was added.
That's funny.
After all, they're responsible for taking care of the whole state, and they're not doing squat. Yeah. Jess, we're gone.
Are you off to party? No.
Well, she's going to drop me off.
Disappoint me.
She's going to drop me off.
Somebody has to keep it up for us.
No, the other crew went. No, one of my tenants blew a breaker, so I got to go home and.
I'm going to go ahead and shut my stream down now that we got the vote. So.
You can't work all the time, girlfriend. You gotta have some fun.
The intention to file the suit has been passed by the board.
No, I might
And
ask.
now it's time to follow the process for that. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the stream.